friends, welcome to CFD for Engineers. Today we will see different video on grid independent study. Particularly this grid independent study is very much important when we will go for research paper writing. At that time every reviewers ask for grid independent study. Importance of grid independent study is that in this study you will get to know that which number of mesh or number of elements and nodes can give better results with minimum error. So for that purpose we will going to see videos related to grid independent study. So watch this video up to end and feel free to subscribe my channel by pressing subscribe button and press bell icon to get a notification from my channel. Thank you and enjoy the video. So once you finish this part, then part for all global scale factor, it means 2, 2.5, 1.5, 1.5, then you can go for CFD post. So this is a step number 2 in grid independent study. Okay, so let's see where it shows parallel. I have given number of iteration is 300. If it gets stop at 300, we can increase the number of iteration. Again we can ask to compute it, so it will work. And here you can see in iteration, first is number of iteration and second column is of continuity equation. Now you can see the continuity equation is varies between 1.06, 07, 1.06 is right now. So it is not going below or not going above. So it is now 0.08 and 0.07. So it means whatever we have given the limit of number of iteration, that is right. It means no need to go further and further. Yes, it will stop at iteration 300. So it is going down and down. So we will increase our number of iteration. At e raised to minus 4, it automatically going to stop. That is a default criteria for continuity equation. So now you can see at 300, and if you observe this curve, it is as good as flat. Okay, so we can increase the number of iteration, but I think it will not vary much more. So I will stop here and I will write this case and data file, global scale factor 2, and I can say Reynolds number 100. Okay, so likewise again I will import the mesh, read mesh, discard and replace. So it is a 1.5. Okay, so what is my first step? In general, check and scale. So you can see this, it is 150 meter, but my dimension in mm. So mesh was created in mm, so I can scale it. Now you can see the change in the dimension. Close. Model, laminar, material I have already, cell zone condition I have already written. So this way you can save your time. Okay, in grid independent study you can save your time. So I will go for solution initialization, compute from hot inlet, initialize, then go for calculations, calculate. You can observe that how easily we are doing. Once we know the right procedure, then it is very easy for us to go for grid independent study. It means how we can proceed for it. Now you can see this curve. There is no much more changes in continuity equation, so we can stop here also. So I will write KSM data file. Your current KSM data file also cancel. File, write KSM data file. So it is of 1. So it is Reynolds number 100 for 1.5. Okay. So here we can stop our iterative method in solver. So now you can see that we have did our fluent up to 1.5, and we will see how the variation in pressure drop, so that it will be easy for you to understand importance of grid independent study or grid sensitive study. So we will do. So welcome in our grid independent study tutorial. We will move further our third part for CFD post, that is post processing. We did our 2 steps, that is writing files of mesh in with global scale factor, and then second part we solve it in solver, and next part we will import, we will load that results in CFD post. Okay, so new project. What I will do, I will go for first 2.5. Okay, yeah, this is, now you can see I will make it on. Okay, then if I remove, what I will do, I will create one plot or plane, create plane in XY line, and say apply. So it is at one corner, so I will move further 1 to 5. Yeah, it is in between here, so that I can easily see the pressure drop contours at plane pressure. So you can see the pressure drop. Pressure drop is nothing but the difference between lower and higher value of pressure. So it is between minus 3.63 to 5.2, or you can say 52. Now you can see I have plotted another plane from the tube. So again there is no as such variation, so maximum pressure in a tube. Okay, but if you look at the pressure in a tube, if you want more accurate pressure range, so there is another method to plot a line. Okay, for that purpose what we need to do, we need to create line. So go for line, so line, then this line varies from see I need to take line in one pipe at least, so that you can say 0 here, x0 0, it is in along this head, so 0.05, let's see where I'm getting, yeah, here I need to shift this line inside the pipe. So for that purpose I need to raise this line in a y direction, okay, and in x direction also. So I can say 0.0, so 0.005. Let's see how much it is rise. It is inlet rising, so I can say 1. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe my channel by pressing subscribe button and press bell icon so that you will get notification. Thank you very much.